We're live.
Happy
Hi.
Friday.
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. Welcome to
Hello.
another episode of Force for Growth Live. I'm Ricardo.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Courtney. Good
Woo!
morning.
It's Freestyle Friday, guys. What does that mean?
That means we don't know what's going to happen.
I definitely don't know what's going to happen.
Courtney really doesn't know what's going to happen.
Are you scared, Courtney?
Yes and no.
You should be scared. You should be. It's
Oh,
Freestyle Friday. How's everybody's week been?
adventurous. It's been good.
Oh,
been
you know
good.
what?
It's
That's
been good.
good. One word to describe your week, Michelle.
Productive.
Productive.
Yeah.
Mine has been exciting.
That's
A
a
lot
good
of
word.
ebbs and flows like a roller coaster. Just an exciting week, but I'm ending on a high note. I'm heading over to Azel today to go visit with some buddies, Manuel and Gustavo.
Cool.
That'll be
Gustavo
good.
and Manuel, and go hang out with them, with Anthony. So it's going to be a lot of fun. But right now, oh, Courtney, you'll be proud of this.
Oh, aw.
Look
I
at
like
that.
that. That
Look
makes
at
me
that.
happy.
So
But it's
Courtney,
Freestyle Friday, guys.
we need to know Courtney's word to describe her week.
I think adventurous because I got a lot done. I still have a lot to do, but that's a good thing, to have a lot to work on. So, but it's some exciting stuff. So
Man, how did you
Awesome.
finish on your 500? What's going on with that?
I still need to do about 30 to be honest,
That's good, though.
which
That's
I
not bad.
can probably knock out today. And so, but one account that I was working on, I jokingly was like, hey, they've come before anything. Well, they are ready to move forward on their commercial stuff. And so I have paused that and I will pick that up. But yeah, when they're going to ask me when, by the way, guys, that's what's coming. So I'm going to finish that today is my goal to knock out the 30 today. But it was
Awesome.
kind of overwhelming because there's so much. Now I have so much to quote, even though the rest of my years kind of, it'll fall into place with finding out when people renew and things like that. And, but it's pretty cool to have that problem, So I'm hey.
I like that you shifted because you had a goal, but then something happened you didn't expect. And so you shifted a little bit, but you're still really, really close to meeting your goal. That's awesome.
To me, it was kind of like a mind flex thing. Like, hey, okay, it's definitely a step that would get me closer to my big goal, So I need to adjust this to make this happen. So it's still going to happen.
Oh, man. The most exciting thing that happened over here was last night we set our basket goal for 2020.
Yay.
Ooh.
That was an exciting conversation.
So the goal for this year for November 21st, Michelle, Courtney, are y'all ready for this? Everybody
ready.
watching, are y'all ready for this?
Ready.
We're going to feed 200 families for 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner
Wow.
for 1 week.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes. So that's a lot of meals, guys. That's a lot of meals.
I like the shift and the flexibility.
Yes, definitely a lot of flexibility. Visit basketsforgood.org for more information. All your donations are tax deductible. We're a nonprofit 501c3. Boom.
Yes.
Back to Freestyle Friday. Courtney, we got something for you.
Okay. Oh, my heart is racing, you guys.
Well, we discussed doing the lightning round, and you weren't here for that. So,
yay!
So we get to participate. Michelle, what's Courtney's word?
Okay, I have a word for you, Courtney.
Okay.
That you just have to freestyle.
Okay.
Meditation.
Ooh.
Meditation. Okay. And how long do I have to freestyle?
1 minute.
Okay. 1 minute. Okay. Meditation. Okay. I totally misconstrued this one and I ended up panicked at a meditation teacher, high anxiety, how am I doing it wrong? And she was like, shh, you can't do it wrong. It's meditation. So that's my lesson number 1 on it. And lesson number 2, it's just a trendy thing, whatever. So find your own meditation first, but just find somewhere where you can breathe and relax. That's the biggest thing. So you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do a mantra, a meditation, a guided thing, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to do that. So just if you can get somewhere and breathe for a minute and start there, hide in a closet, who cares? And just go from there and find what resonates with you. So who cares what everyone else is doing? Who cares if everyone else is having breakthroughs? Pace yourself and yeah.
That's good advice. I like it.
That's how I fell in love with it. Okay.
I got yours, Michelle.
Okay.
What's hers? Oh, wait, back up.
Curtains and backdrop.
Curtains and backdrop. Okay.
I like this.
Okay. So I'm on a mission. Any of you that follow me, to make my outside environment look like what's on the inside. So I've transformed my health. I've transformed my mindset over the last 2.5 years. And the outside, my house, everything's brown. All my clothes were black and gray and navy. And so I'm learning style. Got my hair, makeup, learned how to do my makeup. But my house is just all brown, like 50 shades of brown. So I have made curtains. I covered my broken blinds that have needed replaced for about 5 years, and got adventurous. I got the sewing machine out, and I think it looks awesome. It's so welcoming, and it feels so good to have color in my living room. And then backdrop. So I've been trying to get some color for my backdrop for this podcast and then other things that I'm working on, and got the colors that I wanted, but it just didn't work. It looked like a circus tent. And then we changed it up a little bit and it looked like a puppet show. So I was like, okay, back to the drawing board. So I've been looking at Pinterest and got some ideas. I think initially we're just going to paint the wall. So hopefully Monday or Friday on here, you'll see my new wall, and then got some ideas. So we'll see how it turns out.
When I saw that post, Michelle, when I saw that, it made me laugh so hard. Like I don't even remember. I was laughing and smiling inside so much. I don't remember if I liked it, commented, or anything, or if I was just like, "What a great lesson."
It's funny because I loved it's my colors. Like I picked out my colors a while back, and so I matched all my colors and we put them together. But the way that it just didn't work, looked like a circus tent.
Now, before you started this adventure, did you think you were a neutral color person? Or was your house, did it just default to neutral?
I honestly never, I didn't know who I was. And Jody asked me months ago, like, what's your favorite color? And I couldn't tell him. I'm like, I don't even know anything about me. And so as I've started to grow into who I am and who I was meant to be, I'm like, wow, I like color. It makes me feel good, but I don't have any color. And so
Hold up. For those of you tuning in right now, did y'all hear what she said? She didn't know herself to the point she didn't even know what her favorite color was. Throw some hearts down there. Heart, heart, heart. Emojis.
Yes.
Let the emoji cons flood if you get that. Do you know yourself good enough to know that what your favorite color is? And not just the generic, be like, oh, my favorite color is blue or red or whatever it is. Like your actual favorite color that you will center your life around because it makes you happy, because it makes you feel some sort of way inside of you.
Yeah. And you put it on and it makes you feel pretty and you feel, just makes you come alive. So yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been a fun adventure to dig into color and be like, what do I even like?
I love
what
that,
looks good. I didn't know.
I love that. I love that, I've never heard it equated that way, that I don't know myself well enough to know what my favorite color is.
I can tell you, Courtney, the colors that were in my closet are not my colors. That's what I've learned. So everything I wore, black and brown, are not my colors, and that's mostly what I had.
Okay. Wow. And that was a big, I know Michelle brought that up on our morning call, that like it just really affected who you were when you wore those outfits and the state you showed up in. And it's been cool learning with you. So it
does. Like fun. As you guys see, look at me for FreeStyle Friday. I'm hanging out, I'm lounging,
I picked out my Believe in Yourself shirt. So mine has a message on it. So even though what's funny is I'm a really colorful person, and now I'm kind of going to basic colors. Like, hey, that'd be easier to have an outfit that's just kind of slick, classy, not bright colored portions of it, But I've always loved color, yeah. So,
good. Who's got a word for me? I'm ready.
Rest.
Rest.
It's funny because my word for Ricardo that we'll talk about in a minute is pretty much the opposite of that.
I think I almost went with another R word that I think might be anyway.
The first
that's
emotion,
too easy for him.
The first emotion that kind of came to me whenever you said rest, I felt disgusted. I felt offended. Like, Courtney, how dare you? How dare you?
You were thinking I would say the opposite. I was
like, what? How dare you? Just Jesse says he doesn't know how to rest. You know what? Here's the thing. Here's my hierarchy. Here's my line. Like I'm like boom, boom, boom. Like I'm way up here. Go, 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 go. And then let's just say rest is right here. I go, 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 go. Push, push, push. Go, go, go. And then rest is right here. I go way down here. And then I go back up here. And then way down here. I totally pass up rest. I think
you just pack it a lot of effectiveness into a few hours in a weekend.
I pass up rest. I don't,
So do you think rest is important? Because I think it's important.
I know. Oh my goodness, guys, y'all don't understand. Me and Jessie get into this one all the time because she likes to rest, whatever. And I'm like, come on, let's go. Come on. What? Like, we could at least be watching TV. Let's just stay up.
You're like Scrappy Doo.
Yeah. And I don't know. But whenever I do have downtime, I go straight to boom, beyond rest. Like I'm like, don't bother me, don't touch me. I'm not moving from the spot on the couch for 12 hours. So I go to the opposite, total beyond. Like it's like, because to me, rest is like you just slow down a little bit. You take some time to re-energize yourself. No, I crash. I crash.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Hey, knowing your pattern, right?
Yeah, I know. That really amped me up, Courtney.
So Ricardo, what is your word for Courtney?
My word for Courtney is 5 a.m.
Oh, okay. Okay, first thing that came to mind was the Wayne Dyer quote. I think he's talking about 3 a.m. That's my cat, ignore. And when you keep waking up early naturally, like messages are coming to you. So just wake up and sit with yourself and see what's trying to come to you. So that was really helpful for me. And I really followed that intuition if that happens. But overall, like I made it a goal to wake up earlier. And credit to Kobe Bryant, and especially he's passed, I call it Kobe time in my head now, because the quote that's, so many kids would come up to Kobe and be like, I'm going to be just like you one day, or, kids his own age. I think it was talking about more his own class, and people would be like, I'm going to beat you. And he's like, you can't. I'm years ahead of you, because he fed an extra practice in every single day. And it's just really inspiring story you should look into if you don't know what I'm talking about. And he woke up, I don't know. So I kind of took that early and it's real trendy, wake up at 5 a.m. But I also struggled with it because after a year or two, I struggled to wake up, and I was like, I enjoy sleeping in. I enjoy spending that time resting, and I'm less in a panic to change my life. I'm happy with my life now. And so I really struggled with hey, wait. And it was a pain versus pleasure conversation I remember we had that was like, you were waking up early to avoid pain, get it together, exercise, shape up your life, da, 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 da. And I did change a lot of things with that. But then it was a pleasure thing. If I'm gaining pleasure from resting in those hours, why not? Go ahead, and if I need the rest. And so I've cycled back to my average is 6 a.m. that I wake up, but I still kind of have that hour on our Monday and Thursday. Obviously, I spend it on our morning calls, but it's the me time that sharpens my saw, as Sean Murphy would say. And just figure out how to make your own Kobe time, because you'll be years ahead of your competition, because there's certain personal development's a hobby. So whole other subject, but I mend it with, I'll do some chores during that time, but I'm listening to something that makes me happy. So I've anchored chores to personal development, which makes me happy. So now I feel really organized and at peace to do chores in the morning. It's my me time. I never thought those words would come out of my mouth. Trust me. You talked to me a few years ago, you never would yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I enjoy it. Like it's just but it's been gradual. But yeah, so that's been my journey with the 5 a.m. morning.
I love that you said
trend.
you've anchored chores with something you enjoy, because I just read that this week. How whenever there's something you don't want to do, but you know you need to do it, if you'll anchor something you enjoy with it, then that starts to tell your brain, okay, I like this time. And then it'll kind of gradually, it helps you reach certain goals that you're struggling to reach.
I did have to do it step by step, like, dishes, like, okay, look, we have food to eat. To make a good meal multiple times a day, that's a blessing. So it's like, I had to, so kind of that's the conversation I have with myself while I did dishes. And so then it came natural and like, okay, I hate cleaning floors, hate it. So I got a nicer vacuum that's pink, that's cordless, hangs on my wall, and a little mop, and they make me happy. And so now when I do it, I make sure I play music that gets me upbeat, because so now I don't associate that with I hate floors, or oh, I have so many animals, those are a lot to take care of. So it's just, I took all this on, so it's like, I believe you shouldn't complain about anything in your life. Like make it work, or that's my goal. That's where I'm trying to get at. Like, make it work. There are parts that are going to suck. Sorry, spoiler. But you can really enjoy the good times, or really better your average, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Amp it up, do better. You can be passionate when you're doing dishes. You can it sounds silly, but
it's just rewiring your brain.
Yeah. You only hate those chores because you've told yourself hundreds of times you hate those chores. That's it.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yes. And the negative reinforcement that you associated with the dishes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Per the experiments of Mr. B.F. Skinner back in 19 something. And that's fresh on my mind because I'm writing this big old long 5-page paper on that. But either way, I digress.
So Ricardo, I have your word.
Oh my goodness.
I'm ready for this.
Which is somewhat the opposite of rest. Persistence.
Man, I tell y'all what, me and persistence have a love-hate relationship because so I don't know if you guys know this or not, but Leon translates directly to Spanish as lion. So that's always been the thing. The lion, the lion, the lion, the lion. And sometimes when I think about persistence, I think about the lion grabbing that steak and not letting go. And just clawing and biting and not letting go of that steak until it's done. And I actually think about that cartoon lion. Do I remember that big old cartoon lion that used to be on the Looney Tunes cartoons, and he would eat on the steak and he would be gnawing on it. And then 5 seconds later, he would be chilling, picking his teeth with a bone or something. Yeah. That's the lion that I think about. So when I think about persistence, I think about that lion, and it's just not letting go of that steak. I'm just persistent to the point that it's I don't really care if you feel that I'm nagging you. I'm just going to be hey, you said you were going to do this, and I need that check. Where's that check at? I need my money. So it's I don't really worry about it. This morning, one of my goals now is to be able to run at 4.0 or better for 10 minutes straight without stopping on the treadmill, nonstop. So today I got to 3.6 for 10 minutes, and the last minute and a half, I was feeling I was tired, I was ready to give up. But I felt okay because I had the little string that ties onto the treadmill that if you fall, it automatically stops the treadmill. So that made me feel good. And so I was screw this. So last 2 minutes, I kicked it up to 3.8 and then 4.1. And I'm oh my gosh, what am I doing? And I'm no, here we go. It's done. And then then I pulled the little string, so it stopped immediately. I didn't even want to have to push the stop button or nothing. I'm just boop, done.
When you don't even have time for it to slow down.
I don't have no time for it to slow down because I was and then I went even 30 seconds more because I was I'm not stopping right at 10. I'm going 30 more seconds just to go 30 more seconds. That was my mistake. That was my mistake this morning.
Jesse says you won't let anything go, which is awesome until it's not awesome.
Oh, You don't want to have a grudge with me. I'll tell y'all that right now. Because, man, you remember earlier how I was talking about that rest is in the middle, that I'll go extreme on one side and extreme on the other side, and I just go over rest? When it comes to me loving you, I love you and I'll do anything for you, anything, whatever. I don't care. Then there's neutral. I totally surpass neutral and go to like, you're dead to me. Like, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, there's no middle. There's no like, I just feel neutral about you. No, it's
hot or cold, black or white.
That's
no gray.
No, there's no gray. It's like, I love you. I'll do anything for you. I'll go to the end of the earth for you, or you're dead to me.
Yeah. I've learned, that's what I was going to say, Jesse, I've learned a lot of extremities, lessons in extremities since being your friend. Like, hands down. That is something I learned.
No, everything, nothing at 50%. It's either whatever it is, positive or negative. We go all the way. Jesse's over here probably laughing. I hear her laughing downstairs. Like,
now I wonder, is she just as now, Jesse, are you pretty extreme, or do y'all compliment each other, or is she pretty good at resting? Like, does she convince you to rest sometimes?
She's good at resting, but she's also extreme. If y'all think I'm extreme, Jessie is like beyond extreme. The same comment goes to her. I love it and I hate it, because what would end up happening, babe, I'm gonna go ahead and tell him the story about the workouts. But what ended up happening when I first met her, she would decide, I'm gonna work out and I'm gonna lose the weight. This woman would work out for 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes in the afternoon, and 45 minutes in the evening. Nonstop. And I'm like, it seemed like every time I turned around, she was on the freaking treadmill or on whatever machine that we had downstairs or whatever, the elliptical, the Bowflex, whatever it was. And then what would end up happening is she would hurt her ankle. And then she would stop for a period of time. And then she would start again, extreme, balls to the wall.
Yeah.
And then she would hurt her ankle or hurt something else or hurt her back. And then she would go extreme again. And that was the relentless cycle of her, because she would get hurt. And I would always be cautious. And the interesting part, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, singles, married, everybody else. The interesting part was, because I didn't want her to get hurt, I would ask her to slow down, and she thought that I wasn't supporting her. And she would say, why are you not supporting me? And I never thought about it as not supporting her. I thought about it as, I don't want you to get hurt.
Like being protective.
Correct. And I was like, because I would be like, why don't you start slow and build yourself up? Start slow and build yourself up. Start slow. And she's like, why don't you just support me in what I want to do? I'm like, because I don't want you to get hurt. Because you're out for months when you get hurt, right? Physical therapy and doctor's appointments and this and that. And so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Guys, praise your woman. That's the number one advice. Like, whatever she's doing, just praise her in whatever it is that she does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, when she started her 3 miles a day in August, I told her to only do 1 mile. And she's like, why aren't you supporting me? And I'm like, what? I got blindsided by that, because it was just like, what? And I'm sure all you ladies have felt the same way when you're trying to push yourself and your man is like, well, don't do that. Man, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. So for all my people out there, just keep that in mind. Support your lady.
Mm-hmm.
Support your lady. Support your spouse.
We need an oak tree. Isn't that what they say? We need a strong oak tree that stands firm. So we will blow and the wind will kick you all which way. So just stand firm. We need you to just be strong for us. Stand firm and support us.
And I had to come to the point to where Jesse's going to do whatever she's going to do, and I'd rather support her than make her feel unsupported and deal with the consequences if she ends up hurting herself again.
Mm-hmm.
Then support her in that too.
And then support her in that and not say, well, I told you so. Even if I'm thinking it in the back of my head.
Yeah.
You never, ever, if you get anything from this broadcast at 25 minutes in, you never, ever, ever tell your lady, I told you so.
Oh, yeah. Just don't.
Look at their faces.
Just don't.
Michelle's trying to smile. Michelle's trying to smile, but Courtney went straight like, oh, no.
No, don't do that.
There you go.
Yeah. Not good.
Don't do that,
Back
guys.
up.
Rewind the last 30 seconds again and take that to heart.
Jesse,
Mostly
yes,
'cause
you
you'll-
pretty man.
Yeah.
So, right? Just real quick, in 30 seconds, how does it make you feel when your man tells you he told you so? I don't think guys get that sometimes.
I mean, like I didn't think it myself. Like I didn't go through that myself. Like I didn't just experience all that myself. Like I got it.
Like we already know.
Yeah, like pretty
don't
sure
have to
that
tell
just
me.
strengthened my knowledge that I got it even deeper after whatever, it just fell on my face and resulted in that. So I don't know, but it definitely quality of communication, been there, done that with that argument. And that's not said anymore.
It's like rubbing salt in a wound.
Yeah, that's how
and it doesn't get your point across. It won't, because a woman will not listen in that mode. That's what y'all got to realize. I guess that's what I would sum it up to actually help y'all is we don't hear you when we just heard you say, I told you so. Anything that follows, we're just probably thinking really hateful thoughts right now. Like I'm going to come at you, but not really. But yeah, it just, we get in the defensive mode naturally, instinctively. So anything you say to us, we are not going to hear at all. So it's just going to, so quality of communication, it can, don't say I told you so.
Nope, it doesn't work. This was good, guys. I'm gonna cut that clip out and make a little clip out of that.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, guys need to understand that it's a big deal.
It is.
It's a
Man,
big deal.
We
Don't
could
talk
do
down
a
to
whole
your friends.
episode on like relationship advice.
Yeah, definitely.
That would be.
Should
Should I say a
Figure it
class?
out. I'm still working on mine. So.
We can pull out tips from Ultimate Edge. I
Okay.
love Tony's relationship section on Ultimate Edge.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Mhm. Yeah. That one
Ooh.
is.
Well, that's another Freestyle Friday, guys. Did
Yeah.
everyone go? I think so. I think everybody went. Let's see, real quick. Words of wisdom from the master, Alex. News for you, men. Don't hear. News for you. Men don't hear in the same moment as my wife likes to tell me so.
Mhm.
Oh, same for
Great.
the men.
So same for the men.
Same for the man.
Yeah.
So basically,
It's
everybody
undermined.
don't say "I told you so."
Nobody say no.
Yeah.
Nobody say that.
It's,
Don't ever
it's
say that.
like it's silly because it's kind of like you're taking the. I don't know. You're just like, well, you should have listened to me. I don't know. Expectations, ego, blah blah. Throw it out the window.
Oh, see, I totally passed that up because Jessie doesn't ever tell me I told you so. But I did used to tell her that on a regular basis.
Mm,
Good to think about. Good to know.
wow. Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Freestyle Friday.
Yes.
Forceforgrowth.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, all that good stuff. Visit forceforgrowth.com for more information. And remember, what?
Baskets for Good are coming up November 21st, 2020. And we are feeding 200 families for a week.
One week.
So we're
200
excited.
families for 1 week.
Mhm.
Sponsorships available.
Yes.
501c3 nonprofit.
Tax deductible.
Hit me up. Let me know. if
Yeah.
you would
We
like
got
to
some
sponsor.
cool stuff in the works.
Yeah, we got diamond, platinum sponsorships available.
Mhm.
Ooh, thank you,
Yes.
Grace, for that.
Yeah. That was amazing.
It was
That
amazing.
was all that input. I was like, I feel like I just got a class and how to do all this. So
Correct. It's good.
her and her
All right,
amazing
guys.
Chamber of Commerce skills.
We'll be back on Monday. What's happening on Monday, Michelle?
Word of the week.
Word of the week.
Word of the
Remember, This week's word is participate. What have you been participating in? It's a 3-day weekend. For me, it's a 4-day weekend. So participate in life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Participate in life.
And growth can still happen when you're resting. Weekly
Yes.
reminder.
Say that again. What?
Ricardo. Did you know, Ricardo, that rest can still happen when you're sitting still?
Growth.
So that you're still participating in your growth if you're making time to just chill out.
Yeah.
You're saying growth can happen if I'm staying still?
Yes.
Interesting.
I'll keep repeating until you get it. We love you.
Yes, Alex. Have a great weekend. Make sure you go see Alex at Sam Pax Ford and Chevrolet of Carrollton this weekend.
Yes.
I'm sure he's got some great Labor Day weekend deals if you're looking for a new vehicle.
He does. Always.
Don't encourage her. I'm not going to put your comments up anymore, Jesse. Jesse's like, yeah, Courtney, preach.
Oh.
I'm going to ban Jesse from the podcast.
No.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on Monday with the word of the week.
Have a good weekend.
Bye, y'all.